From just reminded us of one brutal truth. In this town, the worst thing is not death. It is what the town does with grief after death. Because episode 2 did not just confirm that Jim is gone, it turned his death into a message, a warning, and maybe the beginning of something even darker. Hey, what's up everyone? Come back to Breakdown Epic. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. This episode felt less like a monster attack and more like Fromville tightening its grip around everyone still looking for answers. And the clearest sign of that came with the way Jim's death was revealed. At first, the town makes everyone think his body is hanging inside that bag near the sign. The whole setup is cruel on its own. You can feel the dread building because everyone is preparing for the worst, especially Tabitha. But then the show twists the knife. The bag is not Jim at all. And for one second, you almost start wondering if maybe there is still some hope. Maybe the finale did not go the way we thought. Maybe, somehow, he's still out there. Then the real horror hits. Julie and Ethan are the ones who find him first. Not Boyd, not Tabitha, the children. And that changes the whole meaning of the scene, because this was not just the town displaying a body. This was the town choosing the most painful way possible to deliver a warning. It wanted the family shattered. It wanted the trauma to spread. It wanted knowledge to feel expensive. That line written near Jim is really the core of the entire episode. The town is saying very clearly that every step toward the truth comes with a punishment. That fits everything we have seen so far. The deeper people dig, the harder this place pushes back. And now that Jade and Tabitha are getting closer to the larger mystery, the town responds by taking someone from them and turning that death into a spectacle. So to me, Jim's death is no longer just a tragedy. It is a rule, a signal that Fromville is escalating. And that is why I think this episode quietly set up the next major phase of the series. Not just survivors versus creatures, but survivors versus each other. Because once secrets start coming out, and once people begin realizing that hidden truths might be getting them killed, trust is going to collapse fast. Now, the other huge question from this episode is Ethan. Did he really see Jim, or was that another trap? At first, I honestly leaned toward trickery. This show has earned that suspicion, especially with the man in yellow clearly enjoying psychological warfare. So when Ethan steps out and sees Jim sitting there, it immediately feels wrong, too calm, too direct, too convenient. But then the scene keeps going, and something about it feels different. The voice feels warmer. The energy feels more human. The conversation does not play like a simple lure. It feels like a father trying to guide his son towards something important. And that is where the Lake of Tears comes in. That mention did not feel random at all. It felt like a breadcrumb, a destination the story is finally pushing toward. And if that location matters as much as it seems, then characters like Victor could suddenly become even more important moving forward. As for what Ethan actually saw, I think there are 3 real possibilities. The first is grief, a child under extreme trauma seeing what he needs to see. The second is that some part of Jim is still trapped in this place. Not alive in the normal sense, but not fully gone either. We have already seen this story blur the line between death, memory, and presence, so that would not break the rules of the show at all. And the third option is the one I still cannot fully dismiss, that this was another manipulation wearing Jim's face. Right now, I lean toward it being some form of real connection, mainly because Ethan has always felt unusually tied to this place. If anyone could receive something from beyond the normal boundaries of this town, it would be him. Now let's talk about Julie, because her storyline may quietly become one of the biggest in the season. She is grieving, she is desperate, and she now understands enough about her ability to believe that maybe there is still a way to reach the moment that changed everything. So she goes back, hoping she can intervene, hoping she can do what anyone would want to do in her position. But the episode makes something very clear. She does not control this power yet. She can enter these moments, she can move across parts of the story, but she cannot simply choose the exact point she wants and rewrite it. And that is what makes this ability tragic instead of empowering. Because from what we've seen so far, storywalking is not an escape hatch. It's a curse with just enough hope built into it to keep someone obsessed. Julie is going to chase this. She has to. Because once a person believes there is even the smallest chance to save someone they love, they will keep running toward it, no matter the cost. And this episode also adds real danger to that ability. She is not invisible there. She's not untouchable. If the creatures can reach her during one of these jumps, then storywalking is not just emotionally risky, it is physically dangerous too. That matters a lot, because now every attempt she makes comes with actual consequences. Then we get Sara and Sophia, and honestly, this part of the episode gave me some of the creepiest energy. There is something deeply wrong there. Even when the dialogue seems calm, the entire vibe feels poisoned. What I liked most is how the scene uses small details instead of big reveals. The talk about honesty, the strange attention given to the objects in storage, that lingering focus on one item in particular. It all plays like someone studying memories rather than simply looking around a room. And if Sophia is exactly who we fear she is, then that scene becomes even darker. Because suddenly, those objects stop feeling like reminders. They start feeling like trophies. Julie is going to chase this. She has to. Because once a person believes there is even the smallest chance to save someone they love, they will keep running toward it, no matter the cost. And this episode also adds real danger to that ability. She is not invisible there. She's not untouchable. If the creatures can reach her during one of these jumps, then storywalking is not just emotionally risky, it is physically dangerous too. That matters a lot, because now every attempt she makes comes with actual consequences. Then we get Sara and Sophia, and honestly, this part of the episode gave me some of the creepiest energy. There is something deeply wrong there. Even when the dialogue seems calm, the entire vibe feels poisoned. What I liked most is how the scene uses small details instead of big reveals. The talk about honesty, the strange attention given to the objects in storage, that lingering focus on one item in particular. It all plays like someone studying memories rather than simply looking around a room. And if Sophia is exactly who we fear she is, then that scene becomes even darker. Because suddenly, those objects stop feeling like reminders. They start feeling like trophies. I also think there is a strong chance Kenny is in serious danger. That thread did not feel random either. It felt like the episode placing him in the path of whatever comes next. As for my overall take on the episode, I do not think it was bigger than the premiere, but I do think it was smarter than some people may give it credit for. This was an episode about consequences, about grief, about how the town punishes curiosity, and about how every new piece of truth seems to crack the people of Fromville a little more. The one area that did not fully land for me was the ambulance material. Compared to everything else, it felt less urgent and a little disconnected from the real emotional engine of the episode. But outside of that, I think this chapter did exactly what episode 2 needed to do. It deepened the fear, it pushed the mystery forward, and it made it very clear that season 4 is not slowing down. If anything, the town just declared war in a more personal way than ever before. But anyway, that is my breakdown of From Season 4, Episode 2, and what I think the ending is really setting up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Did Ethan really see Jim, or is the town playing an even bigger game than we realize? I will catch you in the next one.